Imagine sitting inside a helicopter as it slowly lifts off the ground. The powerful engine roars, and the large blades above your head begin spinning faster and faster. Air is pushed downward, and within seconds, the helicopter rises into the sky. It feels strong, controlled, and smooth. Now here's the surprising part. All of that lifting power depends on one large metal nut. It's called the Jesus nut. The Jesus nut is the massive nut that secures the main rotor system, the spinning blades, to the mast. The mast is the strong metal shaft that connects the rotor blades to the engine and transmission below. In simple terms, the Jesus nut keeps the blades firmly attached to the helicopter. Without it, the rotor system could separate from the aircraft, and without spinning blades, a helicopter simply cannot fly. That's how this small but critical part earned its dramatic nickname. The term Jesus nut became popular during the Vietnam War. American soldiers and helicopter mechanics started using the name because of what would happen if it failed mid-flight. If that nut ever came loose, the situation would be so serious that the only thing left to do would be to pray and say Jesus. The name came from dark humor, but it clearly showed how important that single piece of hardware was. Even though the nickname sounds frightening, the Jesus nut is not weak or unreliable. In fact, it is one of the strongest and most carefully engineered parts of the helicopter. It is typically made from aerospace-grade steel or titanium, materials chosen because they can handle extreme pressure and stress. When a helicopter is flying, the rotor blades spin at very high speeds, often hundreds of revolutions per minute. As they spin, they create enormous centrifugal force. This force constantly pulls the blades outward, trying to separate them from the center. At the same time, the helicopter experiences vibration, torque from the engine, wind resistance, and changes in temperature. The Jesus nut must hold everything together under all of these conditions. It is designed to handle forces far greater than what it would normally experience in flight. Engineers calculate exact stress limits to make sure the part remains secure and reliable. Installing the Jesus nut is not a casual task. Mechanics tighten it to very specific torque settings using precise tools. It is often secured with locking systems or safety wiring to prevent it from loosening. During routine maintenance inspections, it is carefully checked to ensure it remains in perfect condition. Helicopters are designed with many safety features, and pilots undergo extensive training. While the Jesus nut is extremely important, it is also built with a strong safety margin. It is not a fragile point of failure. It is a heavily tested and dependable component. Over time, the term Jesus nut spread beyond aviation. Engineers in other fields sometimes use it to describe any single part in a system that is absolutely critical, one small piece whose failure would cause the entire system to collapse. It has become a way of describing a make or break component. Most passengers never see the Jesus nut. It sits hidden at the top of the helicopter, beneath the rotor hub, out of sight. Yet every time a helicopter lifts into the air, that single nut is quietly doing its job. It transfers the engine's power to the spinning blades, helping generate the lift that keeps the aircraft flying safely. The Jesus nut is a reminder that even in complex machines with thousands of parts, sometimes one small component carries enormous responsibility. Hidden, strong, and carefully engineered, it helps keep helicopters in the sky, proving that sometimes the smallest parts make the biggest difference.